Inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Dear Dr. Khaleel sir and Abul sir, let's start the session. Over to you, Sabira miss.
Rajendrinos, can you please start with a welcome speech?
Yes, teacher. It is the time to chill, to cheer, to shine, and to be inspired. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I, Renos, on behalf of Sanamol School, welcoming an inspiring personality for today's session. It is a great honor for me to welcome Dr. Khalil Ahmed, a renowned ophthalmologist, and Mr. Abul Hassan Muhammad, an active Toastmaster and National Manager for Commercial Infra Projects for the SARC region. We are especially thankful to both of you. In spite of the heavy burdens, duties, and responsibilities, you have joined us to dignify and magnify our meeting here today. Dr. Khalil Ahmed is the medical director and chief consultant of An-Noor Eye Hospital. He completed MBBS from Keel Park Medical College, passed FRCS in Glasgow, UK, and Fellowship of International Council of Ophthalmology in Cambridge, UK in his first attempt. He acquired skills in phacoemulsification, pinhole cataract surgery from Kerala. He underwent fellowship in orbit and oculoplasty from the prestigious All India Institute of Medical Science, AIMS, New Delhi, and worked as chief consultant in the oculoplasty department at Al Salma Eye Hospital, Kerala. He has treated lakhs of eye patients and has been involved in high volume free eye camps, including Sana Model School. He has a very gentle, caring, and practical approach towards his patients. He has performed many oculoplasty surgeries that are rarely performed in India. Having undergone LASIK surgery training from New Vision Laser Center, Mumbai, he manages the cataract and refractive surgery services at An-Noor Eye Hospital. He has been actively involved in teaching FRCS trainees and also offers fellowship. He has trained numerous surgeons in cataract surgery and oculoplasty. He served as assistant professor in ophthalmology for 3 years in MES, Medical College, Kerala. He has also presented papers at many national and international conferences in face of general ophthalmology to aspiring ophthalmologists. I heartily welcome Mr. Abul Hassan Muhammad to this forum. Abul Hassan Muhammad is an electronics and communication engineer with a PG diploma in business administration. Works with ASAB Abloy Group, a Swedish MNC, as national manager for commercial infra projects for the SARC region. Prior to this, he has worked with various multinational organizations in the Middle East and was based out of Saudi Arabia. He has been active Toastmaster for the past 3 years and was a district level finalist in the in the international speech category, apart from being a division level champion in various other categories. As a part of his job, he has traveled to many countries and interacted with a wide range of business audience. He believes in the power of skillful communication that empowers one in excelling in all facets of life, whether it be personal or professional. I once again welcome both of you and wish you a splendid time with us. Jazakallah.
Thank
Thank
you. Thank you so much.
Yes, over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Renos, mashallah. Again, I welcome Dr. Khalil and Mr. Abul Hassan, sir. Dr. Khalil, over to you, please. Dr. Khalil, you have to unmute yourself.
Yes. Assalamu alaikum. Thanks for the wonderful introduction and for the opportunity. So, mashallah, Abul Hassan bhai, nice joining with you in this session, and thanks to Abdul Rahman and Madam also. So, basically, I would like to introduce the field of medicine in for as a career. Uh, we know that the hadith is there, which is close to the effect that the best person among you is the one who is most beneficial to the people. So in this profession, mashallah, of medicine, we have an opportunity to do a lot of service and to get the duas of the patients. And mashallah, it is a great opportunity to serve. Of course, we can earn at the same time and serve at the same time. So there's a lot of scope for earning too, a lot of scope for serving, and there are umpteen opportunities in India to serve people, because a lot of people are there in the who are very needy for the services. And when I was studying in 9, 10, my main aim was to do MBA, to do business and carry on my business, my father's business, because all my siblings were into medicine. One dentist, another ENT surgeon, another is an ophthalmologist, my sister is an ophthalmologist. So they are all abroad and they are doing well. So I thought of getting into business, but my mother and my sister too, they convinced me that we can earn in any way, yeah. But at the same time, we can serve, yeah. The risk which Allah has given, destined for us, we will get. But at the same time, we'll be able to serve a lot of people. So that convinced me. And another point they said is after doing medicine, also you can take over your father's business. Nobody is going to stop you. So that was also a valid point. So Alhamdulillah, I was an average student, but Alhamdulillah, by Allah's grace, I could get into medicine, and and then after medicine, we had a couple of years trying for my post graduation, and Alhamdulillah, I got into MS ophthalmology. Then I, there is in medicine, we learning this anatomy, learning the physiology, learning biochemistry, and all these subjects. It's pretty amazing to see the qudrat of Allah so closely. If you read between the lines, we ask who is doing this. Then definitely the answer is that Allah alone is doing everything. Like we have the red blood cells. The red blood cells have a lifespan of about 120 days. But then again, new red blood cells are formed. Yeah, millions and millions of red blood cells are being formed every day, and the bone marrow is active. And so many kinds of cells, the lymphocytes, the white blood cells. Yeah, and now it's like a defense system, for all the organisms. There's a lot of defense system in our body, immunity is there. So all these systems, it is how amazingly it is functioning together. Yeah, the cardiovascular system, how is it pumping the blood into the arteries, arterioles, capillaries, and the red blood cells are in fact larger than the capillaries. So they hold themselves, and squeeze themselves through the capillaries and give the oxygen to the every cell of the body. And so many other systems are there, like endocrine system, the pituitary system. It secretes the pituitary hormones. The thyroid gland secretes the thyroid hormones. Parathyroid hormones. So many. The insulin, the glucagon. So many things, all in perfect, in a balance. It's in a perfect balance. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had kept it in a perfect balance. Yeah, the calcium, the magnesium, the potassium level, every aspect of our body, it's in a perfect balance. The liver, how the hepatic system, the liver, how it is functioning. Millions of reactions, billions of reactions, alhamdulillah, are occurring in the liver every day. And if you take the building blocks of our body, the cells is the building block of our body. And the physiology books say that there are approximately 100 trillion cells in our human body. Allah, 100 trillion cells. If you convert it into the crore system, it's about crore cells. Yeah, it's not 1,000 crore or a lakh crore. It is a crore cells, and every cell is a world in itself. The nucleus, the chromosomes, the genes, the mitochondria, the riboplasmic reticulum, and whatnot. So it's a huge system which is going on in every cell. So basically, the medicine, brings us definitely closer to Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. If we really ponder on it, nobody else other than a doctor can see the Qudrat of Allah Subhanahu wa Taala more closely and more in depth than a medical professional. So Alhamdulillah, this is a very, and it has a human touch. I don't. Of course, we can do service in so many other fields, but here we have a human touch. Yeah, we deal with human beings, their feelings, the sympathy, the empathy, and all these things take a big part in this. So, and Allah Subhanahu wa Taala has kept 70,000 angels for a person who does iyadat from in the morning, that is, visits a sick in the morning till evening. 70,000 angels are doing dua maghfirat for him, and 7,000 angels are doing dua maghfirat from evening till morning for the person who sees a sick in the evening. So a doctor basically he sees every day, that is his job to visit the sick, and even examining, diagnosing, treating, everything comes in iyadat. And Alhamdulillah, it is a great opportunity to get closer to Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, and it is a very the kind of research which is going on today. Alhamdulillah, it's marvelous, and there are so many fields of ophthalmology. I mean, so many fields of medicine. After medicine, you can specialize in different fields, and one of that which I have chosen is ophthalmology, and it is a very rewarding field in the sense that when a person gets back the vision, the kind of satisfaction he or she gets, after being almost literally blind for many years. So in the old age, when they get back the vision, they're able to see their family again, and they're able to see the creation of Allah again. The kind of happiness which they get, the kind of dua which they give, is cannot be expressed in words. Sometimes they even shed tears. When they are just expressing their gratitude, they shed tears, and that is, of course, the real satisfaction that we get. And the kind of technology, yeah, even in the eye itself, there are so many fields. The anterior segment, the posterior segment. In the anterior segment, we have different departments, which I have specialized in oculoplasty. We can fix the eyelid, the tear drainage system. If anything goes wrong in that, any tumor develops in the orbit, we can fix it. So basically, it is everything around the eyeball. And sometimes you're not able to, the eyelids get droopy. You're not able to open the eyes properly. Sometimes due to facial nerve paralysis, the eye is not able to close properly. So we can set it right. One case I did in Kerala when I was working there is a case of facial paralysis with lag ophthalmos. Lag ophthalmos is he was not able to close his eye, so the cornea was getting dry. And I placed a gold weight implant into the upper lid. With that weight, the eyelid could close and open. And and it was a very unique surgery which I had done there, and it had come up in the local papers there, and presented in some conferences too. So basically, we have a lot of opportunities to do this fine work, and the cataract surgery itself. Yeah, it's a cataract. The lens is just about 3 to 4 millimeters thick, and so in that we take out the capsule of the anterior capsule of the lens, then suck out the lens with an instrument called phacoemulsification or pinhole cataract surgery. So when you place the lens inside a foldable lens, when it goes inside a very small opening, about 2 to 3 millimeter opening, then it expands back, and it's set in place. So it is just basically about a 10-minute procedure or a 15-minute procedure, and the person regains the vision. So, so at the same time, when you're an entrepreneur, you have your own setup, you can take decisions. We conduct a lot of camps, and we do free cataract surgeries also to many. Yeah. So Alhamdulillah, all these opportunities are there, and we have the retina lasers, diabetic retinopathy, and we can and the retinal detachment. Those things we can fix. Supposing there is a corneal injury, the cornea can be transplanted. Yeah? The another cornea from a donor can be placed in and fixed, and the person can regain vision. So all this Alhamdulillah we have done in our hospital, and we have a specialist for each field: a cornea specialist, a retina specialist, a squint, and a pediatric ophthalmologist. So as a team we work, and Alhamdulillah it is a great, it is a very satisfying field, Alhamdulillah. And I would definitely encourage you people to take up this, especially guys who are in ninth and 10th. I would definitely recommend, encourage you to opt for biology. Biology is not difficult. It's much simpler, in my opinion, much simpler than mathematics or computer science. And I mean, it's just the facts which are there. You got to learn it and apply it. So basically, it is a very interesting field. Very the technology in medicine is really getting advanced, and it is needs a lot of skill. And when you attain that skill, and you do something which is challenging, yeah, rather than the routine job. This is each patient is different, each surgery is different, and it's pretty challenging. So and it is quite very rewarding also, and monetarily also. The when we There are a lot of new technologies when we use, like LASIK surgery. We don't even want to avoid the glasses. We do the LASIK surgery within 10 minutes. Just both the eyes are done, and the person who is wearing thick glasses all his or her life, and now is able to see without glasses. So this kind of really advanced technology. I should thank the bioengineering team, yeah, the world over, where they have done extremely well and made our life easy and the life of the general masses, the patients also easy. So if my talk has convinced at least some of you to come closer towards medicine, towards taking biology in the 11th and 12th as an option, that's also good. And one is if you take this, there is MBBS is an option. Then you can go for other specialties after MBBS. Or dentistry is also a very good option. Dentistry is a very good option. And even many other paramedical fields are there. Like optometry, there is something called optometry, BSc in optometry, where we, other than surgery, we'll be able to learn everything about the eye, how to test, how to do the refraction, how to prescribe glasses, how to measure the eye pressure, check the eye, all these things, everything we'll be able to do except for the surgeries. The BSc optometry, then in cardiac technology, there are many fields in the cath lab and other places. The technical team is there, the supporting team is there. So many other paramedical fields also are there, and they are also, mashallah, very advanced and very demanding nowadays. And over to you for your questions. And mashallah, our brother is also along with us. Over to you.
Jazakallah, Dr. Khaleel sir. Mashallah, very attractive speech. And already one of our student has said that he wants to be an ophthalmologist. Mashallah, in the chat box.
Good. Welcome. Mashallah, that's good. Very good to hear.
So now, Nurul Amin sir, the founder and correspondent, is with us. and I would like to welcome Amin sir. Over to you.
जी जी अस्सलाम वालेकुम वरहमतुल्लाहि वबरकातुह. It's a
Walaikum
great
assalam.
pleasure,
Mashallah.
mashallah, Dr. Sab, to hear from you and from Abul Hassan Sab also. Yeah, I've been here from the beginning of the program. Alhamdulillah, I look forward to your inspiration for all of our students and all the other students who will be listening to this program later as well. Jazakallah khairan for your
Wonderful
efforts.
opportunity, mashallah. Yes.
Ameen. Jazakallah. Carry on, sir.
Okay. Jazakallah, Amin sir. Abul Hassan sir, sorry you have been waiting for long. Over to you, Abul sir.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. It's indeed my pleasure to be joining this August gathering. Basically, there are two reasons which made me excited about joining this session. One of that is it's an invitation from Sana School. So this is an asset for us in the city. Sana School is an asset for the community. The kind of service that they are doing here for the people in the city, for our community, I think it is unmatched. And it's not just another community school that makes it stand apart. And I've always been an ardent fan of this entire initiative, right from the humble beginnings of Sana School to whatever it is today. So that was something which really gave me the real push to take part in this. Although it was a very short notice, but I thought I should be here. And the second thing is to share the same forum as Dr. Khaleel. Dr. Khaleel is one of the most sought after doctors in ophthalmology in the city, and one of the iconic names that we as a community can feel proud of in the field of ophthalmology. He's not only a great doctor. What also I know about him is that he's a great entrepreneur. So from with being an MBA, I have also been watching the way he has done his business. Right, like I have been not only he's not only that he is from the same mohalla as I do. I'm also like my family very often go to his clinic. So we always are very fond of the way things are done. So that's thank you very much for having me in the forum. And the third thing, although I just said two reasons, the third thing is that I never miss an opportunity to interact with young minds, because I think this is like this is this is something everybody has to do. Everybody, like irrespective of what they are into, what field they are into, what business they are into, or what profession they are into, every opportunity that they get to talk to young minds, I think should be utilized with utmost responsibility, because you get a chance to inspire somebody. So, as Dr. Khalil rightly said, even if one of the attendees today, one student among all these students decides and go ahead with the journey and becomes an ophthalmologist, it's a work done. And also with all the ethics and with all the moral education that is imparted in Sana, I think he would be the finest ophthalmologist that we can have in the country. So with that in mind, what I wanted to touch upon was the importance of being effective communicators. Yeah, I have heard it from my elders, like even you know when I have been in Jamaat, one of my Amirs, Professor Iqbal from Annanagar, used to tell, like as a student, he used to tell, you all need to remember something, that Sahabas, they all had some skill. Yeah, somebody was very good in horse riding. Some Sahaba was very good in the way they could take aim with their arrows. Somebody was a great strategist. Of late, my wife has been telling me about the way Khalid bin Walid Raziallahu ta'ala anhu used to be a war strategist. Yeah. So, like each of the Sahabas, Abdurrahman bin Auf Raziallahu ta'ala was a great businessman. So, all these people had a skill, and they sharpened their skill so much that was of like immaculate level. And once that was done, they put this to the use of deen. So that's how, that is also a way in which you can service din. Yeah, you can also be, you can be of so much use to the community when you become skillful, when you become, able, when you become someone who can be, who can be an authority in that field, and you become that, and then after that, yeah, and then after that you go on and use that skills in the path of Allah, that becomes even more effective. Yeah, so I call upon everybody that is attending today, all the students, to think in that way. We all have to become capable people. We all have to become very able personalities. We have to become successful in dunya, in the field that we chose to be in, and then shine in that, and then put that into use to serve the community and to help everybody out here. Yeah. So that's what I just wanted to tell. And now coming to communication, yeah, it doesn't matter what you become. It really doesn't matter. Okay, like it does matter because you have to follow your passion. But what I mean to say is that irrespective of which field you choose to be in, whether you want to become an ophthalmologist, or you want to become a businessman, or you want to become, a great lawyer, if you're not able to tell your story, something I would like to share with you in the session today. And you are open, I'm open to any questions that you want to ask. But to drive home the point, become whatever you want to become from the depth of your heart, and then tell your story very effectively, and that is going to take you places. Over to you, Abdurrahman sir.
Thank you, sir. Abdul sir, you have to unmute your mic. And we have few questions from our students directly asking to you. Yeah, Vinod, you have a question to ask
Yes, ma'am. Sir,
to Dr. Khalil.
Dr. Khalil Ahmad, yes.
Yes, please.
Sir,
You can
as you
shoot
have
your
joined
question. Yes.
AIMS, my dream college, how was your journey there? How was your experience there? Is it easy for a person to join? Or if yes, what are the steps person a student must take from a very young age?
In Ames, you mean Delhi?
Yes, sir, AIMS.
Yeah. I didn't do my undergraduation or post graduation there. I went there after my post graduation for a specialty, to learn a specialty called oculoplasty, orbit and oculoplasty. So I had applied over there, and they had vacancies for training vacancies, and through the Al Salama hospital, which I was working in Kerala, they had applied, and through that I got an opportunity there. And to get into AIMS also, it is you have to have the dream. Yeah, you can do your undergraduation and post graduation there, and definitely doing it there will give you a definite edge more than the others in the field.
Jazakallah, sir.
Welcome.
The way they communicated the thing to us, the problem to us, that made all the difference. So we have. It was very clear as to what my daughter is supposed to do for the next few months or days, what kind of precautions she's supposed to take, and things like that. It was so effective that it worked. Yeah, the dosage lasted for only say a week or so, but then the changes that she brought in as a kid in her daily life, that actually made an impact, and that actually because it was a recurring problem, so it actually subsided over a period of time. So they are doctors, and sometimes you also might have felt like a lot of us, we go to some doctors, we go to the doctor not for the treatment that they give, not for the medicines that they give, but just because we say that okay, if the doctor speaks to us, we feel relieved. Yeah. So if the doctor says that there's some comforting words and something that that comforts us, that convinces us that we are not into a serious trouble, that makes us totally relieved. So that is what I would call as the art of communication. So whether you're a doctor or you're whoever you are, if you're able to solve the problem in the way you are talking, in the way you are writing, in the way you are communicating. That according to me is communication skill. That is how I would define Abdurrahman.
Okay, Abul sir.
Even listening,
Yes,
even,
doctor.
even listening is a big part of communication. I think if we listen to the patient patiently, if we listen to the patient and he has understood that the doctor has listened to my problem, I think that itself half of his problem is relieved. Yeah.
Yeah, Dr. Khalil, that rightly pointed out. Actually, yeah, we always underestimate the power of listening. Yes, listening is a very important part of communication. Just because Dr. Khalil highlighted a very important point, like we always say, we always listen to reply. I mean, we don't listen to understand. We always are listening, so that like as we receive a question, we are just manipulate, we are thinking as to what reply we are going to give, what response we are going to give to this. We are not listening in order to understand. So yeah, as doctors, as aspiring doctors, I think, or anybody for that sake, listening is a very, very important part of communication. Thanks for highlighting that, Dr. Khalil.
Dr. Saab, Dr. Khalil,
Yes.
actually, when Abul Hassan sir is speaking, we have some disturbance coming from your mic. So when you are not speaking, you can mute your mic so that we
Yeah.
don't get disturbed. It's okay. So now I call upon the next boy to ask the question to Dr. Saab.
Class 10, Hussein wants to ask a question to Dr. Khalil. Hussein? Till then, I'll just read out the question which was posted by our students. One
Sure.
question from class 9, Mehran Sami. He wants to know some safety precautions to be taken by kids so as long as they stay away from glasses.
Glasses sometimes need to be worn, and if the power is high, you can't see the blackboard clearly. You and the doctor prescribes the glasses. You can't avoid it. But sure is that if we have some environmental changes which we can bring in, like as the common problem is today is the gadgets, the cell phone, the games, and these kind of things. If we keep already we have a tendency for glasses, going for myopia, and supposing you do a lot of near work with these gadgets and you get addicted to it, the rate of progression of the power will definitely increase. So I would definitely advise each one to restrict this, and other go for outdoor activities, and good diet, good balanced diet with vitamin rich things like green vegetables and other milk and egg and other carrot, fish. This kind of vitamin rich diet is definitely will reduce the chances of a child getting into acquiring the diseases.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Saab. And now, Abul sir, I would like to know how has communication skills helped you? Can you share some instances, please?
Yeah, basically, I was like when I was in the school, I was a very average student. I was not such a great student for that sake. Uh, but like I was studying in a very small school until fifth standard, and then after fifth, I moved to a school called Anekar Matriculation School. It is in Shulai. So when I joined the school, there were very few students actually. Yeah, there were very few students because it was a newly started school. So not out of choice, but out of force, I was made as I was asked to like take some lead, and and join the prayers in the school, and lead for a few activities, because out of the few students that were there, the teachers wanted somebody to come forward, and by force I had to come forward. And then from that time, when I realized that I can actually communicate, I can speak to people, and I can convey my message across the board. When that realization came, and when I started doing that thing, and when I focused on communicating better, and being on the stage, calling the shots and things like that, uh, that opened a Pandora box for me. That when that realization came, then I said, okay, everything is communicating. Like when I start communicating, when I'm a better communicator, then I can actually spend some time, and I honed on my reading skills, and I started understanding the language better. Then I started studying things on my own, and as Dr. Saab said, I started listening to my teachers better. Then that had an impact on my academic skills also. From being an average student who used to fail every half of the subjects and things like that, then slowly I became a 60% guy, then I came to become a 70% person. Then in 10th standard I scored around 85%. Nobody could believe in my family. I could remember days when my mother would tell, I don't want to come to any of your school functions because you don't get any prize or you don't get anything at all. Why should I come there? Or even if I come to your parents teachers meet, all I get to hear is the complaints. So as a student like that, and because of the faith that the teachers had in me, and a little bit of exploration that I had on my own self, because of honing a bit of communication skills by force, I became like I scored close to 92% in my 12th standard. That was like an eye opener for everybody. They couldn't believe that I could do that. So it was an eye opener for myself too. So when you start communicate, when you start like getting that forum in some way, then that is an instance that I can tell. And then one instance I would like to share is about my professional world. But of course, I know kids are very young here, but I know the kids are nowadays like very inclined, and they know what happening in the world. I joined a company in Saudi Arabia in 2013, I remember, and I joined at a very junior level, okay, and it was not a very what do you call it, a very highly responsible position or something like that, and people never knew, people did not know about me. So because it was like I was fairly new in the company, and 3 months had just passed. And then after 3 months, there was one event in the company where everybody was invited, like the entire company was there, our chairman was there, our CEO was there. And in during that time, they asked, like there was a new business that was being set up by the company, and they asked me, can like they asked everybody, can that people can come forward and share their ideas as to how this new business unit can be made to perform. And that, like, I felt this is an opportunity for me now. So I'm just 3 months old, and there is, if I'm going to follow the regular path, it's going to take a long time for me. So I went there, and I shared my ideas. I took 15 minutes and I shared my ideas. There were 3 other people who shared their ideas from very senior positions. And then I went back home. The next day, the chairman calls me to his office, the CEO calls me to his office, and they say that what we thought is that we liked your idea. More than the idea, we liked the way in which you confidently communicated. Uh, I know you will be surprised, but why don't you change your profile and head this business? I was taken aback completely. And they gave this entire thing for me to head that, and like it worked wonders. I mean, these are few ways that I've learned. I think this is how it will work out for everybody. I'll share you one instance. I'll keep it very short because I'm taking a lot of time. We finished MBA. I finished my MBA with some of my colleagues, and we all got selected in a campus interview, 6 of us, and we joined a company in Chennai. This story should have actually preceded the last story that I told you. So when I joined this company, we were all taken for a certain pay package, and we all joined. We were all management trainees, 6 of us, and it was all fine. Okay, so we were all management trainees, and then after a few months of joining, we had our college convocation. So one of my friends suggested that we go and invite our CEO to our convocation ceremony from the college that we have passed out. So we all went to that. We invited him, and thankfully he also came to that event. And during that event, one of my friends, one of my fellow classmates, he who was also joined this company along with me. This guy gave the convocation address on behalf of the students. And I don't know what impact it had on people. and it was an amazing delivery. He really did a very good job out of his convocation address. And then the next day, we all were invited by the CEO, by our GM, to his office, and we were taken aback. We were thinking like, what is he got to tell us? Maybe he didn't like the way our college performed or whatever. And then, to our surprise, he asked our HR head to join in, and then he said, I want these six gentlemen's salary structures to be revised and give them a hike of 30% right away. And we were taken aback, and we were like, so these are some of the ways in which things manifest. These are all personally I've felt by myself. So it's not just about the monetary benefits. The idea that I want to drive down here is that uh, like, this is something you can make. This is a skill that you have to develop in yourself, so that you can be heard, you can show to the world what you're capable of, and it does really have a great impact. Thank you, and over to you, Mr. Abdurrahman.
Thank you, Abul Hassan sir. Mashallah, that's really nice to hear those big changes. Next question for Dr. Khaleel, please.
Hussein of class.
10 minutes.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Sir, tell us about your memorable patient, sir.
Memorable patient.
Yes, sir.
Okay. One was that which I told, which I implanted the gold weight into the eyelid, and he was able to close the eyelid. That's also he's also a very memorable patient. And another patient who had an injury during childhood, his tear drainage system had got cut. So for many years he went to many places, but he couldn't get it set. So I did a special kind of surgery called CDCR, conjunctival DCR. So right from the eye, I placed a small tube into the nose, so then the tears could flow down. So that was also a very memorable patient. And of course, many patients I don't remember, but some of the patients, as I told you, some patients, really when they are grateful and they, in fact, express their gratitude with their tears, those patients also are definitely really memorable and dear to me.
Thank you, sir. We have another question from Razin Renos.
Yes, sir. Sir, how will you feel when a patient cries to you and happily thanks you? Like, how will that feeling be?
How will you feel?
When a person thanks you, like, for saving someone's life? Or
Yeah, that cannot be expressed in words. That's you feel that it's worth being on the planet, and you have done something good. Yeah, you made it make the place better, a better place to be in. So it gives you immense satisfaction. It gives you immense satisfaction, and you really have to thank Allah for that opportunity.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Saab. And we are coming to the close to the end of the session, and we have Asar Salah also to catch up. And Sabir Amis, can we have more questions, or can we go ahead with the vote of thanks?
I think Faisal has a question. Faisal, can you ask a question? Or rather, I'll just read out the question there.
Yeah.
He's asking a question to sir. Sir, do you feel any nervousness while you do your surgery?
Yeah, especially the first time you do it, or the first few times you do the surgery, your heartbeat is really high. I think more than monitoring the heartbeat of the patient, we have to monitor the heartbeat and the respiratory rate of the surgeon. Yeah, and sometimes in full blast AC also, you'll be sweating. Yeah, we wonder why. So definitely. So there is one incident where the patient was. I mean, it's not at a lighter note. The patient was saying, "Doctor, it's the first time I'm undergoing surgery. I'm very nervous." The doctor consoles him with sympathy and empathy and says, "Don't worry. It is the same with you also. It is the first time I'm going to do this surgery on you." So, so both the patient and the doctor sometimes are in the same boat.
Okay.
Thank you
Mashallah.
so much, sir. So, one question from my side. As
Yes,
we all
please.
know, during this lockdown, teachers, students, and many of them are all on the screen time for hours together. So, a few suggestions how to protect their own eyes. Those who are not wearing specs and those who are wearing specs, like how can they protect so they don't wear specs? They don't wear these glasses.
They are all glued to the gadgets, right?
That is now the classes are going on, online classes.
Yes,
So
yes,
all together and the preparation work. So
yes,
students have to be there on screen and even the teachers also. Maybe even
yes,
your children are also there during the online classes. So
yes.
what are some suggestions or advices for us?
Yeah, we could use a bigger screen as a laptop or a desktop would definitely reduce the strain. And if there are any adjustments with the lighting and things, which could be more comfortable to the eyes, the eye protection mode, that should be definitely better. And what I usually advise people who are using long time the screen to keep blinking your eyes frequently. Yeah, because when you concentrate on something, the blinking rate goes down and the dryness can occur. So what we advise is consciously keep blinking your eyes. Yeah, and every half an hour, it takes a few minutes, 2, 3 minutes, or 5 minutes off the screen. So this kind of small adjustments, and even the screen height should not be at the level of the eye; it could be a little bit lower, so that the open portion of the eye is less. So this kind of and in a good lighting. So these small things would definitely help, and they are lubricating drops and all, which are very harmless and it's actually good for the eye. That those things can be used. It's, if you really get your eyes tired, watery, burning sensation, and all these, if some such symptoms do develop, then we can definitely use some of these drops.
Thank you, Dr. Saab. Dr. Saab and Abul Hassan sir, we are short of time, but we have not even finished halfway through because we have a lot of questions pending from the students. We will require another full session just for the clarifying and interacting with the questions the boys are having. So I would feel that we would be requiring another session in coming days. It's not over here, inshallah.
Let me follow the student for the word of thanks.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, Mr. Abdurrahman and Dr. Khalil, for sharing wonderful insights. I think I too felt that there were a lot of questions that we had for Dr. Khalil. I could see in the chat session. Even I had a lot of questions. Probably we'll have to catch up once again in a session with Dr. Khalil. And I am more than happy to be of service to Sana School anytime that you would require me to be. Thank you so much.
It would be a pleasure to be back with you all. Thank you
Let,
for the
let
opportunity.
me call Jamal Hanif for the word of thanks. Jamal Hanif.
Yes, yes, teacher. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It is my privilege to have been asked to propose a vote of thanks on this occasion. I, Jamal Hanif, on behalf of Sana Modern School and the entire fraternity of the institution, first of all extend my most sincere thanks to Almighty Allah. On my own behalf, I extend a very sincere, hearty vote of thanks to the guests of honor, Dr. Khalil Ahmad and Mr. Abul Hassan Ahmad, who spared time from their busiest schedule to grace the occasion. We are thankful to both of you for inspiring us with your profound knowledge and sharing it with us. You have explored the possibilities and helped us find ways to reach new horizons. We really very much owe to Almighty, and I continuously pray to the omnipresent, the omniscient to provide us such opportunities in plenty. I once again extend a special thanks to both of you, and thanks a lot to one and all directly or indirectly involved in this program. Jazakallahu khairan.
Thank you, Hanif.
Okay, Sabira Miss, anything else from your side?
Alhamdulillah, all well. And inshallah, we'll meet the next session with our Toastmaster, Mr. Abul Hassan, sir, next Saturday too, inshallah.
Okay, Abul Hassan sir and Dr. Khaleel, I just wanted to introduce you. It's Sabira Miss who is taking English for Sana School, and she has been all along with me, helping me out in presenting these sessions and doing improving the communication skills. And she with Rita Miss have been doing great work with the students, mashallah. And now the two boys, Rinos and Hanif, who did the presentations, is also guided by her, mashallah. Thank you, Sabira Miss.
Thank you.
Thank you, madam. It was a great opportunity.
Okay, thanks for joining. Inshallah, I will keep you noted for the next session, inshallah. Jazakallahu khair. Assalamu alaikum
Aja, one.
wa barakatuh.
Okay. From my side also,
wants to talk.
from my side also, I'd like to just thank the delegates and mashallah, our respected dear friends and brothers and parents, and I can call you in multiple roles because all of you are wearing those multiple hats, mashallah. Jazakallah khairan for your contribution and your inspiration to all our students and for your association with Sana School. Jazakallah khairan.
Subhanallahi wa bihamdihi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, nastaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun wa salamun alal mursalin walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Allah Hafiz.